Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the territory of the Musqueam, Squamish, the Tsleil-Waututh, and Coquitlam, and welcome to this very special day. Congratulations to all the students for your hard work. Thanking the communities from where you come from and your families for allowing you to spend time with us. Just a quick prayer and we'll get this event on the way. Great Spirit, thank you for bringing us together today. Just guide each and every one of us on the path that we're on. Always remembering that we are the leaders and the mentors of those who follow us, those who witness what we do and what we say. I ask Great Spirit to bless each and every one of you, especially the students in their new works that they'll be doing. And now, introducing the Chancellor of SFU, Anne.
That's our wonderful Elder Margaret, a member of SFU's Aboriginal Elder Program, and she shared a few of her words of welcome for us today. I will start also by acknowledging the Squamish, Tsleil-Waututh, Musqueam, and Coquitlam peoples on whose traditional territory we are so privileged to gather this toasty afternoon. I would like to invite Ms. Helen Sophia Pahu, an undergraduate student in the Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences. She will lead us all in singing O Canada. Sophia.
Be better if you stand on it. Well, they'll see you better.
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Great voice. Careful down. Thank you so much.
Please be seated. I declare the Spring 2019 Convocation assembled for the granting of degrees. Mr. President, members of the Board of Governors and Senate, faculty, honored guests, graduands, and friends, I am Anne Giardini, the Chancellor of Simon Fraser University, and we are delighted and honored to have you join us for Convocation. Here with us today are a number of distinguished guests in the audience and on the platform, including among them members of Senate, Vice Presidents, Deans, and faculty. I would like to acknowledge Dr. Richard Vedan, Elder in SFU's Faculty of Education, Dr. Dorothy Grant, Honorary Degree recipient, Chief Robert Joseph, who will be conferred an Honorary Doctorate of Laws this afternoon, and our SFU alumni, legacy, parents, and their families. Welcome all. I would also like to thank you for your patience with the construction you see going on around you. We have several exciting projects underway. Behind the platform is the SFU Student Society's new Student Union building, which is expected to be completed by the end of the year. It will be entirely devoted to students, with lounges, study areas, meeting rooms, and recreational facilities for students. And throughout the main corridor on campus, east to west, is the Public Plaza Renewal Project, which will improve accessibility and create more gathering spaces as the university renews some of our more elderly infrastructure. I am delighted to see you all here to participate in or bear witness to this, the university's most important ceremony. This is the moment, this is the time, this is the hour when we gather together as a collective of scholars and supporters to celebrate achievement, recognize success, and confer well-earned honors. Graduands, this is your day, and I could not be prouder than to be here to celebrate with you. There are many reasons to take on a university degree, diploma, or certificate. Charles Darwin may have said it best in an 1878 letter to his students from the ship the Beagle. It appears to me, he wrote, that doing what little one can do to increase the general stock of knowledge is as respectable an object of life as one can in any likelihood pursue. Your university education provides you with a well-stocked mind, but your education does more than that. It makes us all wiser, since you can do society the service in all you do of distinguishing fact from falsehood and truth from duplicity. You can do this in conversation and on social media, and you can do this in the work you choose to do, how you live your daily life, and how you vote at the ballot box. There may or may not be a war on truth, but it is certainly under siege. Not long ago, there was a march for science in cities around the globe. People committed to truth and logic were marching. They held up signs like, "Keep calm and think critically," and "It's so severe, the nerds are here." And I could be in the lab right now. My favorite was the call and response. What do we want? Science. When do we want it? After peer review. But good science is, as it turns out, not enough. For as long as there's been science, supporters have tried to convey what is special about science by focusing on the past successes of achievement, the wheel, astronomy, medicine, flight. But it turns out that if we really want to convey why science is important, we need to focus too on those fields that are not sciences, including the arts, business, communication, among many others. This spring, SFU hosted a community summit called Confronting the Disinformation Age. SFU has posted a range of disinformation resources on the Public Square website. Have a look, and you can learn more about subjects such as post-truth, disinformation, misinformation, clickbait, confirmation bias, and filter bubbles. As you contemplate your future, I offer you two challenges. First, put your education to use in a world of misinformation. Speak up. Rather than run away from challenging topics and those who seek to mislead, see these as proof that you are needed. There's a saying, speak truth to power, but I think we should change that to speak truth to everyone. And second, I ask if you will consider service. Rather than complaining about those who make decisions for society, consider becoming a decision maker yourself. You are now, by definition, someone with talent and new ideas. Make it your aim to learn how government works at all levels and to find your opportunity to help your community. It's not that you owe it to the world, but that the world needs you. Because you are or about to become SFU grads, I have every confidence that you will flourish in the days to come. You will be innovative, you will be attentive, you will be creative. You will find time to consider how this world might be changed for the better. You might very well do something yourself, large or small, to help bring about much needed change. I hope that you will spend the time you have ahead both profligately and wisely, and spend as many hours as you can in that productive, satisfying state of imagination that engenders the very best of what you are capable of. I guess I have a third request, and that is this. We are really going to miss you. Please stay in touch. We are very, very proud of you, and we are grateful, and we are changed, and we are improved by this time that we have spent together. Thank you. I call on the president of our university, Professor Andrew Petter.
Madam Chancellor, honored guests, members of the Board of Governors and Senate, faculty members, staff, and most especially, graduands, family, and friends. It is my privilege to preside at this culminating celebration of your education at Simon Fraser University. As this ceremony unfolds, our message to you is clear. As each of you receives your degree, I and the entire university community want you to know how proud we are of you. We've seen your work, we've admired your performance. Your degrees are not merely documents of accreditation, they are a living testament to the faith we have in your ability to flourish in a dynamic world. They're also a reflection of the institution you chose, one whose vision it is to be Canada's engaged university. That focus on engagement has provided you an enriched and relevant educational environment, one that has not only equipped you with disciplinary knowledge, research capacities, and critical thinking abilities, but has also enabled you to gain workplace experience, community insight, and global awareness. These are the aptitudes required to climb your first mountain. Now, I'm not talking here about Burnaby Mountain, another peak you certainly learned to scale as part of your SFU education. I'm referring to the first mountain as described by New York Times columnist David Brooks. Brooks is the author of a new book entitled The Second Mountain: The Quest for a Moral Life. Having established himself as a celebrated writer and popular media commentator, Brooks reached the pinnacle of the first mountain, which he describes the place you go to pursue material wealth, to seek public recognition, and if all goes well, to find happiness. But SFU's vision and my ambition for you is directed to much more than the individual success associated with accumulating wealth, gaining social standing, and pursuing a profitable career. My hope, and that of this university, is that your SFU education will also prepare you to scale what David Brooks calls the second mountain, the place you go to contribute to the well-being of others. In Brooks's words, the second mountain is where you are driven by the desires of your heart and soul, not by the demands of your ego. Success on the second mountain is about collective welfare rather than individual advantage. In a variation on the theme of engagement, Brooks says that this second quest is about interdependence rather than independence. It involves attending to the needs both of individuals and of the community. And here's the wonderful thing. The second mountain is where you attain what Brooks calls joy, a state more rewarding and resilient than happiness. I recently heard Brooks interviewed about the book and about his own personal journey, and I was immediately drawn to his vision of a second mountain because it resonates so strongly with my own experience, and it resonates so strongly with what I believe this university is all about. A belief that the true measure of our success as human beings is not how much better we make life for ourselves, but how much better we make it for others. Like Brooks, I recommend to you the rewards that come from building a better world. They far exceed those that accompany personal ambition and self-aggrandizement. Individual accomplishments can certainly be gratifying, but the sense of efficacy and attainment to be gained from helping others, from enriching communities, delivers much greater satisfaction and fulfillment. So here today, I hope you revel in your achievements to date. As you stand on this mountain, you have every right to bask in the happiness you have earned and share that delight with colleagues, family, and friends. Bravo for having made it this far up your first mountain. It is a critical foundation for what lies ahead. But when the excitement of today's festivities begins to wane, I commend to you that second climb. There's joy aplenty to be found there in a world that is so much in need of your commitment, your energy, your leadership. And whatever mountains you confront, you can take comfort in knowing that you needn't make that climb alone. The relationships you've formed here with friends and colleagues, with faculty and mentors, will serve you better than any single lesson. Today, you take your place amongst a global network of over 160,000 SFU alumni in more than 140 countries, supported by an association that is there to assist and connect you. And while this phase of your education is complete, continued success in this ever-changing and challenging world will depend upon your commitment to lifelong learning. In that regard, SFU will always be here for you should you need help. For now, this is your time. Enjoy it and use it wisely. Share it generously with those you love, and just as generously with those who don't have your advantages, knowing that it is on the second mountain that you will make your greatest contributions and find your greatest joy. Congratulations to you all.
SFU's honorary degree is the highest honor conferred by the university. Honorary degrees are awarded to distinguished individuals in recognition of their scholarly, scientific, or artistic achievement, or in recognition of exceptional contribution to the public good through professional or philanthropic activity. Honorary degree recipients' achievements celebrate our university's values and serve as an inspiration and as a role model to our students, graduates, and communities. The honorary degree will now be conferred. To present the honorary degree candidate, Chief Joseph Robert, I'm pleased to welcome Dr. Eldon Yellowhorn. Dr. Yellowhorn is an associate professor in the Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences, and he is founding chair of the Department of First Nations Studies at Simon Fraser University. Dr. Yellowhorn.
Madam Chancellor, I am honored to present Robert Joseph, Hereditary Chief of the Gwawinack First Nation. Chief Joseph is a true peace builder who has dedicated his life to promoting reconciliation between Canada's Indigenous and non-Indigenous peoples and bridging the difference brought about by racism, intolerance, and lack of understanding. Chief Joseph exemplifies the values of forgiveness, respect, intercultural understanding, and dialogue. A survivor of Canada's residential school system, he is today a leader of Canada's journey towards reconciliation. He is the founder of Reconciliation Canada and a member of the National Assembly of First Nations Elders Council. He has also served as Executive Director of the Indian Residential School Survivors Society. In his role as chairman of the Native American Leadership Alliance for Peace and Reconciliation and ambassador for peace and reconciliation with the Interreligious and International Federation for World Peace, he has sat with leaders from around the world to discuss matters of faith, hope, and healing. While participating in Canada's recent Truth and Reconciliation Commission community dialogues, Chief Joseph conceived of a walk for reconciliation that would bring together people of all races in solidarity and support for First Nations, and to honor the sad history of residential schools in Canada. The first reconciliation walk took place in Vancouver in 2013, and similar events were later held in other parts of Canada. The 2017 walk attracted more than 50,000 people here in Vancouver. Chief Joseph has been widely recognized for his outstanding community engagement and service. He holds several honorary degrees, a Diamond Jubilee Medal, the Jack Blaney Award for Dialogue from SFU, the Wallenberg Sugihara Award for Civil Courage. He is a member of the Order of British Columbia and the Order of Canada. SFU is proud to recognize Chief Joseph's outstanding commitment and contributions to the advancement of peace and reconciliation. Madam Chancellor, on behalf of the Senate of this university, I ask that you now confer upon Robert Joseph the degree of Doctor of Laws honoris causa.
Robert Joseph, By virtue of the authority vested in me and in the Senate of this university, I hereby admit you to the degree of Doctor of Laws honoris causa. Chief Robert Joseph will be hooded by Dr. Elizabeth Ellie, Vice Provost and Associate Vice President Learning and Teaching, and Ms. Romana Khan Hamani, Vice Provost Students and International Pro Tem and Registrar.
Take your hat off. There we go. Perfect. Now we can put the hat back on. Congratulations. Let's go sign the book. We'll have you back in a few weeks. It is with great pleasure that I now call upon Dr. Robert Joseph for his convocation address. Dr. Joseph.
Wow, this is such an honor to be here today, especially in front of all of our new graduates here and there. And I keep thinking of all of the hard work that you've had to put in to be here today, to receive your degrees. But there's something more important than all of that hard work. You never got here by yourself. You were never alone. Your parents were with you, your siblings, other family, this great institution and its staff and everybody who works here were always with you. And that's one of the messages I want to leave with you. I only have 5 minutes to say what I need to say, and it's so important. And I want you, especially grads, to hear every word that I have to say. Because what I want you to do from this time and this place is to take with you a message to all those who you'll come into contact with, which is that we are Namuyut. We are one. In the language of the Kwakwala, the Kwakwakiwak people, we say, Gila Kesla Natlamiyut. Greetings, all my relatives. I want you for a moment, though, to understand how much love there is in this room. All of you grads, take a look around and see all that sea of faces of admiration and respect and love. Those are the virtues, the characteristics that will carry you forward. You have learned all that you can from this great institution, and you will probably do well, and you will probably achieve success. But what I want you to be, more than anything, is not only to be successful and productive and happy and joyous, but to be change makers in this world of ours, to bring peace and joy and hope and inspiration to all of the people that you will meet along the way. So I say in my language again, greetings all my new learned ones. What a marvelous day it is to honor and celebrate our new grads and their extraordinary achievements, and to do it on a mountaintop. How many grads can proclaim they got their degrees on a mountaintop, here in SFU, no less. The Coast Salish people, the Tsleil-Waututh, the Squamish, and Musqueam celebrate with us, with you. And we always must remember that they have been here forever on these unceded territories. But they have welcomed you, they have honored you, they have respected you, and they too want a new journey with you together. I open my remarks with the word Numuyut, and this is the main key theme of my talk. We are one, Numuyut. That is to say that we are one human family. You know, I've traveled around the world a little bit and talked to so many people and across this country, and most people have seemed to forget that we are one human family. The danger of that is that when we lose sight of this one human family, is that we then begin to mitigate our common humanity. And when we begin to forget our common humanity, we lose the opportunity to transform our understanding and relationships with each other. So when you leave this wonderful place and this wondrous celebratory occasion, take this idea with you that we are one human family, Numuyut, one with each other. Because if you know that, it is to know that you all belong, that we all belong. It is to know that we need each other. How many times in your studies have you been alone and feeling lonely and not very inspired, yet there were always people who you could reach out to and remind you that we're never alone? It is also to know that we all have a right to be here. It is to know that we have a responsibility to each other. It is to know that we breathe the same air. It is to know that we all need clean water. It is to know that we cherish all of our children and our grandchildren. It is to know that we all want a brighter future for them. The list is endless about what it means to understand common humanity. So as you go from this place, always think back about what it means to be a member of humankind and what your responsibilities are. We are one is an eternal spiritual imperative. We ignore it at our own peril. Let me present two examples of my indigenous past that speak to this compelling natural law. I quote my paternal grandmother, Quanhualaowa, Thunderbird Lady. She's no longer here, but I think about her often. She would say in Kwakwala, "Ioset lagin I gasa wadzid." I have no value, my precious one. And then it'd be a long pause. And then she would say, "Chasut eosla," if you were not here. And that has forever reminded me that we need each other, whether we're relatives or others or peers or fellow students. We always have a need for each other. Then there was my other caregiver, Chief Tom Dawson, Kwayimzi, big whale, who raised me when I was a young boy in my teen years. What would we do, our children, if you were not here? So take this word namu with you as you venture into your new future. Honor all of mankind at all times. Nurture always the human family. We are forever connected to each other. None of us are ever alone. The second insight I want to take with you, want you to take with you rather in your life journey, and it's really straightforward and simple. See the universe. See the entire universe. One whole, indivisible, interconnected, in harmony and in balance. All of this you are related to. Your family also includes the animal kingdom, the undersea kingdom, the sky world, and all those things that fly, the spirit world. Hold all of these dimensions. If you do, if we all do, we may yet get to save this divine place. A long time ago, I stood on a logging road on Vancouver Island. It was a blockade protesting a stretch of trees that was lining the ocean floor where whales come to rub. And so we took a stand because we didn't want anybody to jeopardize the well-being of the orcas. And we won that battle, just briefly. They've logged it since. But a few days as I was traveling to Tel Aviv, I was on an airplane touching down at Tel Aviv, and this revelation came to me that we could not save this planet unless humans everywhere respected that common humanity that I'm talking about. Finally, in a brief time allotted to me, I implore you to engage in the reconciliation process. Most of you in this space understand that there has been a reconciliation report submitted with 94 recommendations, and for 4 years now, Canadians across this country have been engaging in this thing called reconciliation. Much has been done, and there's lots of work yet to be done. And then, of course, we have another report out just last week, the missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls. And it was a damning report, much like the Truth Commission report. In both instances, you and I, we, Canada and Canadians, stand accused of genocide. And that's a really, really serious charge. And it should cause us all to think about why we are being charged with genocide. But what I really want to say today is that the scholars for a long time will be dealing with this matter, debating it. What I want from you and I is to continue, rather not to be distracted, but continue to push forward on the idea that we can create a better society and a better world for all of us. So let us commit ourselves to that. And that's really what I wanted to say to all of our grads. You have this whole future ahead of you. You have skills, you have knowledge, and you're going out and you're expecting, as others are expecting of you, to be engaged, to always be engaged. I think it's a motto of this great institution. So I hope that you stay engaged, that you will always be mindful and careful of all other people beside yourself. I want to congratulate you again. It's a wonderful, wonderful occasion to be standing on this mountaintop and see the sea of grads on both sides of the room. And of course, it's a really deep honor for me to be bestowed this honorary degrees of law. I never had the chance to be educated. I always dreamed of being educated, but history and time just wouldn't allow that to happen. But here, I stand before you and beseech you to think about what all of our future looks like together. Finally, I heard something, and I'll close with this remark. During the course of this day's events, I discovered that 167 Indigenous students are graduating from Simon Fraser. That's phenomenal and amazing, and I think that so I think that's only the beginning. We are going to be a great country. We're going to live up to all of the values we have espoused. We're equal, we're just, we're compassionate, and we care. And the people best positioned to promote that in the next little while are all these wonderful people in blue. So best of luck to all of you. Congratulations again. And it's really a time to celebrate. Tela Kastarla.
Thank you, Dr. Joseph, for those inspiring words. Hajka. Ladies and gentlemen, as part of Convocation, the Alumni Association will present a Simon Fraser University alumni pin to the graduates as they leave the stage. Our alumni are incredibly important to us, and we're pleased that this symbolic presentation will launch you on your new role as alumni of SFU. Mr. Brandon Chapman received a Bachelor of Business Administration in 2016. He is also currently a member of the SFU Alumni Association Board of Directors. I invite Mr. Chapman to the lectern to bring greetings to the graduands. Brandon?
Good afternoon, graduates, or graduands, I should say. Thank you, President Petter. Today, your relationship with SFU evolves as you officially become lifetime members of a worldwide organization and network of more than 160,000 alumni in over 140 countries. Our Alumni Association celebrates its 50th anniversary this year. Our goal is to provide you with opportunities to continue to learn, to grow, and thrive through local, national, and international events, career resources, library services, and many other value-added services. But it's up to you to take advantage of these. As alumni, you also now serve as ambassadors for Simon Fraser University in your community. Through your journey, you will also inspire current and future students to dream, to strive for excellence, to make their mark in society. So please, stay connected with us through social media by signing up for our alumni email forwarding service. We want to hear from you and want to celebrate your future successes. As you cross the stage today, it'll be my pleasure to present you with an alumni pin. Wear it with pride as a symbol of your incredible achievement and connection to SFU. Be proud of your accomplishments, be proud of your SFU credentials, and thank you all for investing your time, energy, and talents into this great university. Congrats, and welcome to the Alumni Association.
Thank you, Brandon. Before the graduates are presented individually to the Chancellor, Mr. Nicholas Tejas España, a member of the graduating class, will address Convocation. Nicholas is graduating with an honors Bachelor of Arts in International Studies and a minor in Economics. He's received the Ken Capel Transfer Scholarship, the Undergraduate Open Scholarship, and the Dr. Alfredo E. Hurtado Memorial Essay Award. While at SFU, he was president of the International Studies Student Association and completed 4 co-op terms. Currently, he works in the nonprofit sector and in the future plans to pursue a master's degree at the London School of Economics. It's now my pleasure to call upon Mr. Nicholas Tejas España for the graduate address. Nicholas? They love you already.
What an honor. Thank you. Mr. President, Madam Chancellor, faculty, friends, family, peers, good afternoon. We've done it. We're here. I would like to begin by acknowledging the Musqueam, Tsleil-Waututh, and Squamish people on whose land and unceded territories we've had the privilege of studying. I am honored to be up here today to talk to you and to congratulate us on just such an amazing accomplishment. I was told that I should talk about my journey and offer 1 or 2 pieces of advice. And to be quite honest, I feel unqualified to give you advice because I believe that by virtue of being here together, you've got this. However, I will talk about decision-making, particularly my own, in the hopes that through storytelling, we can feel a little bit more connected, and maybe something will spark something in you as well. My journey at SFU actually began when I was 13 years old as part of a summer camp program. And I remember then, as I walked the AQ Gardens and looking at the fish and the sunshine and the flowers, I said to myself, maybe I'll come and study here one day. You know, it looks pretty nice. But I didn't know then that SFU during the summer is a very different world than SFU during the winter. So you would imagine my surprise when I was here as an 18-year-old, confused by the snow and the rain and the darkness. But regardless, when it was time for me to actually apply for university, SFU didn't make my list. My plan was actually to move to Ontario to pursue a degree in international relations and to make it on my own. But you know, being 18 at the time, my plan needed a degree of parental approval. And my parents, as loving and supportive as they've always been, had many questions for me. Mostly, how are you going to pay for it? What are you going to do? How are you going to afford to live in Toronto? I had no answers for any of those questions. And you know, being a teen still, I felt quite attacked by their questions. But in retrospect, they were just being good parents. They were asking the hard questions, the ones that I didn't really have answers to, and I probably should have. And at the end of their, grilling conversation, they said, in the only way that they do, parents with that loving voice, but still guilting you about something, they said, you should stay here. Stay in BC. It will be cheaper. You'll have us to support you. And after that, wherever you decide to go, you'll have our support, no questions asked. So I didn't really like the argument, but it made sense. So, here I am. So I did stay in British Columbia, and you think that I came to SFU, but I didn't. I actually went to Douglas College first. There you go, yeah. And to be quite honest, it was probably one of the best decisions that I made, because while I was there for a year, I discovered the value of small classes, caring professors, and it allowed me to truly delve deep into topics that I ended up pursuing anyway, such as economics and international development. By the time I was ready to transfer to a university, the School for International Studies at SFU was top of my list because it would allow me to be Nick, not student number 301-259-477. And so, with that, I'm thankful for my parents, for their continuous advice, for their support, because being here today and being part of the SFU family has allowed me to pursue opportunities that I wouldn't have thought about. I did co-op terms with the government of Canada, the Mexican government. I got to do research abroad in Uganda. I got to learn from scholars, their ethics, their methods, so that I too could do my own research and then become published before graduation. So it's been truly a pleasure. But beyond that, the decision of coming here and staying in BC allowed me to forge incredible friendships. And you know where you're at. You're graduating with me, and also to find a really loving relationship. So if I have to leave you with anything, is that you make the decisions. You get to decide. You make the last call. But listen to those who are around you, because even if you don't like it, they have important things to say. Their opinions should be equally weighted, because it matters what they think. At the end of the day, you choose. And so I hope that after today, 10, 15, 20 years from now, you can see yourself and tell yourself that that spot where you're standing is where you're supposed to be, because those are decisions that you made based on an informed opinion. Congratulations, class of 2019. Thank you. Cheers to us.
Thank you, Nicholas. The members of the graduating class will now be presented to the Chancellor to be admitted en masse to their degrees. Will the graduands please rise? Pretty good-looking group, don't you think? Madam Chancellor, I present to you those scholars who have fulfilled the statutory requirements laid down by the Senate of this university, and I request that you confer upon them the degrees for which they are now recommended.
By virtue of the authority vested in me and in the Senate of this university, I hereby admit you to your various and several degrees. The graduands may now be seated.
The members of the graduating class will now be presented individually to the Chancellor, but first, a few requests. Would you please refrain from applauding the individual members of the graduating class until each group of degrees has been conferred? This does not apply to the conferral of doctoral degrees or to the awarding of medals. And obviously, we can't forbid spontaneous outbursts of enthusiasm. Nor would we want to. I can hear a few already. As a courtesy to others, I'd ask that you please remain seated until the conclusion of the ceremony. And with the graduates, please return to your seats following receipt of your degrees. However, our doctoral graduates, please join your colleagues on the platform. The degrees in the Beedie School of Business and the Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences will now be conferred. Madam Chancellor, Dr. Jeff Dirksen, Dean and Associate Provost, Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies, will announce the names of the students earning graduate degrees.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor of presenting the graduands of the degree of Doctor in Philosophy in the Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences. The graduands will be hooded by their accompanying faculty supervisor, or Dr. Jane Polkingham, Dean of the Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences. Thank you. Dr. Barbara Bates will be hooded by her supervisor, Dr. Laura Campbell. Dr. Leslie Cerny will be hooded by Dean Polkingham. Dr. Natasha Ferenzi will be hooded by her supervisor, Dr. Marianne Ignace. Madam Chancellor, I have the honor of presenting the graduand of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in the Beedie School of Business. The graduand will be hooded by Dr. Andrew Gimino, Associate Dean Graduate Programs of the Beedie School of Business. Dr. Sam Monafared will be hooded by Dr. Gimino. Madam Chancellor, I have the honor of presenting the graduands of master's degrees in the Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences. Thanks. Jared Burton. Lola Kotzi. Tabata da Costa. Catherine Davies. Brooklyn Fowler. Jeffrey Greenall. Griselle Kamalova. Benjamin Clausen, Lorraine Kleinschroth, Terry Lucas, Burgundy McLeod, Raphael Ochil, Lindsay Simpson, Adrian Zhotka, Elizabeth Ann Armstrong, Darren Birch, Zhou Cheong Chang, Stacy Jin, James Harder, Veronica McGee, Susan Preysuth, Lynn Tietzel, Madam Chancellor, I have the honor of presenting the graduates of master's degrees in the Beedie School of Business. The first graduate, Ms. Mary Tiji, is also a recipient of the Dean of Graduate Studies Convocation Medal for Academic Excellence. Ms. Tiji is Gitsan and carrier from the Takla Nation. She comes from the Lac Gabu Wolf Clan of the House of Nigup. Her research proposes an approach to change healthcare and wellness among the communities of northern BC. She's an executive director for the Carrier Sukani Family Services, president of the BC Aboriginal Child Care Society, and represents BC on the National Advisory Committee for First Nations Child and Family Service Reforms. Ms. Tiji would like to dedicate her medal to her son, Noah, and to her niece, Miranda. Madam Chancellor, I have the honor of presenting the remaining graduates of master's degrees in the Beedie School of Business. Warner Adam. Kluani Adamek. Jack Aldaz. Hamid Alisde Pasdar. Navdeep Atwal, Paul Bangma, Danielle Bartenis, Greg Brattenberg, Robert Bell, Renee Blanco Gonzalez, Alicia Bradstock, Jazbal Brar, Joel Brooks, William Brown, Lidion Bushy, Eric Candelaria, Charles Casgrain, Jessica Chan, Pascal Chapuis, Candice Charlie, Mandy Cheng, Peter Choi, Kevin Chu, Jeffrey Clements, Rebecca Craig, Danielle De Silva, Louis De Jaeger, Marianne Delphine, Bobby Dillon, Harveer Dillon, Sarah Dickey, Scott Douglas, Joe Elliott. Riona Gain Ndaya. James Fairweather. Ibag Farag. Keir Freehan. Robert Fernandez. Alan Fitzsimmons. Andrew Forshner. Pamela Garner. Merdad Godes Mahamudzadeh. Amarjot Gill. Nicole Gill. Tamara Goddard. Michael Goodman. Sharon Gottfriedson. Gagandeep Grewal. Roy Young Gu. Wayne Hall. Sarah Hartney. Sandra Hartney. Samuel Hoffer. Diane Hong. Helen Huang. Ying Huang. Sarah Hughan. Xiao Chin Hong. Eric Inglis. Lauren Ireland. Anish Javert. Miles Joliffe. Ryan Klatt. Rhonda Knockwood. Jacob Karup. Adil Larisi. Daniel Lee. Alan Leung. Teresa Lee. Xu Ling Lim. Max Logan. Sharon Lowe. Anna Ma. Kareem Manaki. Donna McIntyre. Richard Merove. Ariel Magpante. Serena Mawani. Shrey Mehta. Olga Millman. Alexandria Mitchell. Jason Morgan. Grant Murray. Thanks. Laura Mussel. Wilson Nam. Waji Nakvi. Reza Nazarinia. Luke O'Hare. Gregory O'Toole. Tamara Orlova. Santush Panvalkar. Somya Patki. Stephen Pedersen. Aaron Peplinsky. Grace Pickell. Marianne Pigot. Svetlana Polkanova. Brock Potter. Michelle Pouliot. Sher Raja. Morteza Ramazan Fayard. Jerome Reichen. Svetlana Ritter. Renee Rivers. Clara Sue. Peter Savage. Chris Selazinka. Renata Seal. Ian Simpson. Troy Sinclair. Ruth Satuma. Christina Smith. Diane Song. Vinoth Kumar Sridhar. Joanne Stone Campbell. Spurthe Takalala Palai. Umet Tamer. Nav Thind. Kevin Thorburn. Michelle Tyndale. Regina Toth. Brett Traynor. Arthur Turner. Alexander Uy. Philippe Vanlar. Linchi Vargase. Rima Vasudevan. Chris Vesey. Claire Vindokale. Sarah Weddle. Stephen Williams. Suzanne Williams. Jason Wong. Stefan Wozniak. Colin Wrench. Stephen Wu. Ting Zhu. Calvin Zhu. Timothy Yan. Rosalie Yazzie. Felix Yu. Xizhong Zhang. Tingxiao Zhang. David Zheng. Gordon Zhu. Mohammed Ali Reza Ahmad. Mingyu Bi. Lexian Chen. Pongru Dong. Bhupinder Singh. Daksha Govind. Vinny Gunda. Diego Alberto Ferreira da Costa. Yuji Gu. Yilin Huang. Yu Yangji. Guorong Zhao. Carl Kuppers. Donglu Li. Hongji Liu. Minyu Liu. Ran Lu. Lanziying Lu. Ri Mao. Yu Guang Meng. Anjit Oberoi. Nancy Qi. Zhang Pen. Vicky Sun. Yan Tan. Wang Shi. Mengyi Wang. Yinji Wang. Xian Zhu. Ra Zhang. Yu Zhang. Nanxi Zhao. Irina Zlotnik. Madam Chancellor, I have the honor of presenting the students who have completed the requirements of graduate diplomas in the Beedie School of Business. Carl Archie. Agatha Gosdur. Jazz Kamal Hari. Vichy Huang. Trina Carr. Michael Millard. Christopher Moore. Sana Nihal. Shannon O'Neill. Pazindu Pereira. Christopher Peters. Lauren Vonich.
Madam Chancellor, the Dean of the Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences, Dr. Jane Polkingham, will announce the names of the students earning undergraduate degrees in her faculty.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor of presenting the graduates of the degree of the Bachelor of Arts in the Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences. Shamim Abdullah. Kelsey Akimemko. Brianna Aluwalia. Ala Ahmed Morsi. Mariam Ali. Tamer Farid Almari. Janara Almazabekova. Ebubechi Aniju. Jordan Arnold. Ebyan Arte. Uzma Asif. Tamana Aslam Zada. Tigis Azrate. Yashil Baupuram. Priya Bad. Amy Beck. Jasleen Baines. Navdeep Kaur Bajwa. Olivia Baker. Trevor Bazran. Anna Bayer. Tegan Bell. Ashma Bama. Nicole Bingham. Sartaj Biring. Maura Blackburn. Michaela Bobsine. Leila Bonner. Robert Boucher. Justin Bourget. Gavin Boyd. Andrew Branco. Rebecca Brassard. Nicholas Brenzi. Philip Ressan. Kaylee Brigham. Chelsea Brown. Matai Burge. Rachel Burns. Iona Burrows. Hannah Buteau. Sophia Cadez. Joshua Cameron. Douglas Carrier. Madison Chad. Amritpal Chahal. Ramandeep Chahal. Trina Chambers. Ariel Charuk. Ilyana Chedlin. Maggie Chern. Mandy Chern. Vivian Chern. Dion Chong. Duncan Chue. Antonio Chimino. Carolyn Clark. Logan Clark. Bianca Constantin. Pauline Correa. Patricia Louise Cruz. Rafo Chahar. Megan Daniels. Rira Darwin. 'Darwin. 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 Shamariah de Lottenville, Jomar de Los Santos, Brent Deneur, Michaela Deslaurier, Esther Di Mayo de Cunha, Nyaliap Juloth, May Dirksen, Rose Dulome, Nathaniel Drisner, Lei Duan, Sasha Dubray, Anton Dugan, Liam Dunn, Carolina Engelstadt, R. Farah, Alyssa Felgendreher, Yi Huan Fong, Laura Findley, Clarissa Fragoso Pinero, Alice Francis, Jackson Friedman, Marina Gaswright, Christina Gavra, Alison Gayer, Alyssa Goncalves, Barbara Gonzalez Marino, Alicia Gordy, Dallas Graham, Katie Guo, Marika Han, Tafneem Haji, Chloe Hayner, Gurveer Singh Hans, Elisa Harpaz, Michael Hanuman, Cindy Hernandez, Stephen Ho, Rachel Hoy, Keith Horn II, Michael Howitt, Jackie Huang, An Huyn, Jihoon Huang, Diego Arias Torvino, Wilson Istardi, Emma Jansen, Jasmeet Jaswal, Chayoung Jeon, Inho Jeon, Lashanthan Jayachandran, Sharon Johal, Julia Johnston, Hillary Kaplan, Urba Khan, Taejin Kim, Michelle Kirby, Sean Kluwer, Anastasia Kostecki, Kevin Krilo, Michael Kurliak, Tomaki Kuroko, Carrie Kwok, Mansi Lai, Huanray Lai, Winnie Lai, Lin Lau, Kelly Le, Kelvin Lee, Jessica Lee Young, Sean Leung, Sihai Lee, Katie Lin, Jennifer Lind, Bruce Liu, Jen Quan Liu, Vanna Loders, Meredith Lopez, Tyler Lum, Julia Ma, Katie Mamurkchi, Erica Maglio, David Major, Kahim Brian Mack, Bridget Malana, Simrat Man, Kia Mansour, Nathaniel Markin, Koshasai Lisa Matimba, Chanel McKibben, Margareta McQuinn, Tiffany McLean, Sarah McClellan, Masa Mervarts, Marina Meredith, Jennifer Miaska, Amritpal Minhas, Amelia Misak, John Mitchell, Juliana Moore, Natalia Moreno Suchi, Alicia Morris, Megan Morton, Richard Mozisek, Jamie Munch, Maxim Muratov, Maria Murcia, Madeline Nakbar, Bhavana Nagra, Bilal Nadi, Sephora Nayab Kil, Shaylee Newman, Dina Nazami, Vance Eng, Harneet Nijar, Pega Niktash, Ryan North, Dario Osorio Guaba, Benoit Wumet, Haolin Wang, Yubin Park, Amanrit Parmar, William Perry, Tira Patty, Michael Penco, Natalie Pensato, Alyssa Farram, Jessica Pickering, Sumit Playa, Madison Pomranka, Imraj Puni, Naomi Potvin, Ashley Powell, Linda Pry, Samira Prasad, Ananvir Pawar, Ashapreet Purwal, Janvir Quirino, Gurpreet Rai, Kiranjit Rai, Aileen Ramos, Nicole Ratich, Miriam Raymond, William Reed, Isabel Reyes, Hope Robinson, Connor Rogan, Arman Saidi, Nura Safai, Shannon Samnajan, Avneet Sandhu, Ikjot Sandhu, Amanpreet Sangha, Navneet Sangha, Jessica Schwant, Sukhpreet Shurgil, Tasnia Zahin Sadiq Buchanan, Natalie Sidhu, Harvinder Sidhu, Zoe Skinner, Emily Smallwood, Kirby So, Andre Solari, Charlotte Steele, Carl Steffens, Annabelle Steidl, Giovanna Petra Vania Sukamato, Winnie Tang, Nicholas Tejas España, Tudor Tikusan, Loki Tong, Tara Tarogi, Alexander Tsang, Georgia Twiss, Madeline Ustein, Christopher Valderrama, Damien Van Eden, Zachary Vanderplug, Megan Veltri, Claire Vuillamy, Robin Wallace, Luvina Wan, Bess Wang, Sophie Webb, Melanie Williams, Monica Wodzaniak, Charlie Wong, Gideon Wong, Kelvin Wong, Sana Wu, Edwin Wu, Qian Wu, Shang Wu, Christina Wu, Zeyu Shi, Jiayi Xiao, Xiang Xiao, Anita Yan, Ginny Yang, Samantha Yano, Sherry Ye, Reddick Yip, Fatima Yunus, Isaac Yu, Fiona Yuen, Jennifer Zanella, Milan Tek, Xiqiang Chang, Marcus Chung, Jiachun Chu, Madam Chancellor, I have the honor of presenting the graduates of the degree of Bachelor of General Studies in the Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences. James Lolong. Paul Rankin. Madam Chancellor, I have the honor of presenting the students who have completed the requirements for diplomas and certificates in the Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences. Alicia Anderson. Alakria Condon. Lorna Dawa. Sangwang Ruo.
Will the graduating class please rise? I congratulate each of you on the completion of your degree. This is an impressive achievement, and I ask your friends, family, and members of the platform to join me in applauding the amazing graduating class of Spring 2019. Now, let's not forget all those who helped you to get here today. I invite the members of the graduating class to reciprocate by applauding your family, friends, faculty, and staff, indeed all those who helped you to achieve this goal. Please be seated.
Friends, this completes the formal awarding of degrees. Some graduates recommended by the Senate for degrees today have been unable to be present, and their names have therefore not been read out. I now admit them to their appropriate degrees as shown in the program. I have just a few thank yous to express. First of all, to all of you for coming and joining in this joyous afternoon with us all. Next, to the many volunteers, staff, and faculty members coordinated by the Ceremonies and Events Office and Student Services who've worked together to run a smooth and beautiful Convocation afternoon. And to the members of our 6-time world champion Simon Fraser University Pipe Band for their contributions to Convocations. And you'll have an opportunity to hear a bit more of them after the ceremony, as they'll be performing again in Freedom Square behind the platform. You are all now invited to attend a reception in the James Douglas Room, again behind the platform. I ask that you kindly please rise as you are able and remain standing at your places until the platform party has recessed. Thank you all.
I'll get it.
Yep, got it.
Metaphorically and figured and realistically.